Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're diving into one of those classic algebra problems, inequalities with variables on both sides. It looks super messy, I know, but trust me, you're about to learn this one simple trick that'll help you solve them perfectly, every single time.
You know that feeling, right? You look at a problem and the variable x is just, well, it's everywhere. It can feel a little overwhelming, and it's tough to know where to even start.
So let's take a look at this one. 7x plus 3 is less than 2x plus 23. Okay, so we've got to get the x terms on one side, but which one do we move? And does it even matter? Well, yeah, it really does. Let's find out why. The way to think about this is like an old school balance scale, right? An inequality stays true as long as you do the exact same thing to both sides. If you take a little weight off the left, you've got to take that same weight off the right to keep everything level. We're going to do that exact same thing, but with our x terms. And that brings us to what I like to call the secret weapon for these problems, the move smaller strategy. Seriously, this one simple rule is going to make your life so much easier and help you dodge one of the most common mistakes in all of algebra. Okay, so check this out. You basically have two paths you can take. In our problem, we've got a 7x and a 2x. Now, the smart move is to subtract the smaller one, the 2x, from both sides. See how that leaves you with a positive 5x? That's clean, easy to work with. But what if you did it the other way? The hard move is subtracting 7x. Now you're left with a negative 5x, and that, my friends, is the danger zone. That's where you have to remember that tricky rule about flipping the inequality symbol, and it's so easy to forget. So here's the big takeaway, the thing you need to remember. Always move the variable with the smaller coefficient. That's your golden rule. Just burn that into your brain. Why? Because it guarantees your x term stays positive, and you can just forget about that whole flipping the sign headache. It just simplifies everything.
All right, enough talk. Let's put our new strategy to the test and actually solve that first problem start to finish.
Okay, here we go. Step 1, we look at 7x and 2x and identify the smaller term. That's 2x. Easy. Step 2, we subtract that 2x from both sides. And what does that leave us with? 5x plus 3 is less than 23. And just like that, look what we have. A simple two-step inequality. We totally know how to solve these.
From here, it's a piece of cake. We subtract 3 from both sides, which gives us 5x is less than 20. Then we just divide by 5, and boom! There's our clean, final answer, x is less than 4. See? By moving that smaller variable, we got the right answer with zero fuss and no scary negative numbers. Okay, but what happens when things get a little weird? What if you try to move the variables and they just, poof, completely disappear? This is where we run into two very special and kind of cool types of solutions.
Let's check out this problem. 2 times the quantity x plus 4 is greater than 2x plus 1. Okay, first thing we always do is distribute, right? So that gives us 2x plus 8 is greater than 2x plus 1. Now, we just follow our rule. We subtract 2x from both sides, and whoa, they're just gone on both sides. So all we're left with is this statement. 8 is greater than 1. The only question left is that true? Yes, of course it is. It's always true. 8 will always, always be greater than 1. It doesn't matter what day of the week it is. And when your variables vanish and leave you with a statement that is 100% true, it tells you something really important about the answer. The solution is all real numbers. What does that even mean? It means it doesn't matter what number you can possibly think of, positive, negative, fraction, decimal, whatever. If you plug it in for x in that original problem, the inequality will always work. It's always true. Okay, let's try another one, just to see the flip side. We've got 4x plus 10 is less than or equal to 4 times the quantity x plus 1. First step, you know the drill, distribute that 4. That gets us 4x plus 10 is less than or equal to 4x plus 4. And look at that, it's happening again. When we subtract 4x from both sides, the variables completely vanish. But this time, we're left with a totally different statement. It says 10 is less than or equal to 4. So, same question as before. Is that statement true? No way. Absolutely not. 10 is never less than or equal to 4. That statement is just fundamentally completely false. And when you end up with a statement that is always false, the answer is no solution. This means there is not a single number in the entire universe that you could substitute for x that would ever make that original inequality true. It's just an impossible situation. And hey, quick side note, no solution is not the same thing as an answer of x equals 0. Totally different. Okay, so this is a super handy skill for algebra class, for sure. But why does it matter in the real world? Well, because this way of thinking, comparing two options that change, is something you do all the time to make smarter decisions.
Let's take a really common question. You're trying to compare two cell phone plans and you want to figure out which one is actually cheaper for you. This isn't just a guess, it's a question that algebra can answer with total precision.
So imagine Plan A has a lower monthly fee, say $30, but it costs more per minute. And Plan B is the opposite, a higher fee, but cheaper per minute. To figure out when Plan A is the better deal, we just set up an inequality. 30 plus 10 cents per minute has to be less than 50 plus 5 cents per minute. Look familiar? It's an inequality with variables on both sides, exactly what we've been practicing. And how would you start solving this? Come on, you know this. You'd find the smaller x term, the 0.05x, and subtract it from both sides. It's the exact same move smaller strategy we just mastered. This math literally tells you the exact number of minutes where one plan flips and becomes a better deal than the other. And really, that's the big idea here. This isn't just about x on a worksheet. It's a powerful way of thinking. It's about comparing your options, finding that break-even point, and making a choice based on facts, not feelings. So it makes you wonder, right? What other big decisions in your life, choosing a job, a car, a gym membership, get a whole lot clearer when you stop guessing and start doing the math.